can we please address the gender gap in college education and graduation rates? What does it mean for our nation's workforce and for family life? So the gender gap that the person is referring to obviously is the inverse of one usually invoked, that we have, I think it may be closing in on 60-40. 60% of college actual undergrads and I think graduates are now female, and the gap is growing. And it is certainly, it is skewed differently into different degrees across different disciplines, but it is real. This is something that Christina Hoff Sommers has been on for decades at this point. I think it may be something that we talked about with her and Peter Boghossian on stage when we were on stage with her here in Portland a couple of years ago, and that's up on, that's online. We can link to it here. I think that we talked about this a little bit in that event. But what does it mean for the nation's workforce and for family life? It's going to be deeply destructive of it. Because you've got more men than women without college degrees going forward. And in the past, having a college degree was the thing that you needed to move into the middle class. The college degrees are less and less valuable now because of what we've already been talking about with regard to what's going on in the academy. But they still have this sort of badge of success about them. Many women are going to only be looking for mates who have an equivalent or higher level of that kind of badge. And so there's going to be greater competition for men, which is going to cause greater failure of families as men see that they can choose among the women who are valuing them. It's chaos across the board. And there's no reason to expect that there's no reason to think this is in any way good. Just celebrate. I feel like some people are celebrating this, but what is certainly happening, even if that's not true, no one talks about it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have on a few occasions, but the only gender gaps that we are allowed to talk about are the ones in which women are still lagging, even when all of the trend lines look like those gaps are going to even out very soon.
There's something petty and deeply nihilistic about what we are seeing, and they just simply go after that which works. And anyway,
yeah.
So.
I mean, boy, I hope there's nothing to, but maybe there is something to the observation that higher ed is becoming a cesspool of irrelevance, exactly as women are acquiring more and more power within it. It is a disaster.
I didn't say it. I'm not even sure I heard you say it.
No, I guess you didn't.